Hello everyone, welcome in. Let me know how the audio sounds. I'm also making sure I'm setting up my thing properly. So let's see how this looks. Alright. I still need to get a light so then this doesn't have like shadows, but I'll get it at some point. I also need to grab my Rider-Waite deck from a bag that I left it in, so I'm going to grab that. Welcome in everyone though. Feel free to say hello in the chat, and as usual you can use the join command to join the queue for a reading. Let me actually open up the page right now so I can see the queue. There we go. The queue should be open. Alright, I'm going to go get that deck. Feel free to join the queue, say hello in the chat. I'll be back in a moment. Alright. For those who don't know, I went camping for about a week last week. Last week because it's Tuesday for me now. And I brought my tarot deck with me to camp and I left it in one of my pouches that I wear in character. Here it is. Hello Vanji. Hello Lady Palace Athena. Hello Lay. Good morning to you too. Thank you for coming in to say hi, and no worries, you do have your appointment, which perhaps is more important than tuning into the stream, but I appreciate you coming in as well. Let's tidy up here. Before we get right into the readings, let's do a poll to see what the cards would like to say for us starting this stream today. Hoping to do 2 streams this week, so one today, or like one right now, and also would like to do one at my usual time as per my schedule. I didn't get to do a stream last week since I was at camp, which was 2 hours away without a PC, without reception either, though it was a very nice retreat to not have some technology for a little while. Yep. Here is our card for the stream. The Star, which is a very beautiful card for hope. And also to dip your toes into anything that has got you excited recently. And yes, it was very fun, Vanji, thank you. It was my first time doing a LARP camp, and it was amazing. It was a lot of fun. I do like having a nice bathroom. I do like having overhead lighting when I eat. But the sort of like friendship vibes, and being able to camp with other people and enjoy your time with others and play a character is really fun as well. Alright. Let's quickly click this button to move along the queue. So, welcome back, Lady Palace Athena. Unfortunately, I don't remember if I asked if you had a different name you went by. They let me know what reading you would like. As a reminder to anyone tuning in today, I can do general messages, specific questions, Hellenic deity readings, angel readings, or universe/spirit/deck, like from the deck readings. And I've written that in my about section now. Don't do finance, crisis, legal, medical, and I've added that I won't do love readings anymore because I'm not the most comfortable with them. I feel like I'm not very confident with them. So for now, those won't be what I offer. Alright, so your question is, what is the potential for growth or promotion in your current role? Do you have a deck preference? So we can do tarot, or oracle. I missed one deck, the D&D deck. I'll just grab it. Let me know which deck you would like me to use. For readings I'm most comfortable or confident in, I mean, questions like yours is fine. Like guidance and comfort is good. A lot of the ones I listed about, like, that I don't do are more so to do with the fact that they are very, they're things that are best referred to a professional. For example, if you're looking for financial advice, I would suggest going to a financial advisor. If you're looking for medical advice, you go to a doctor. If you're looking for legal, you go to a lawyer. And for love, it's just something I don't read that much into and don't feel strongly confident in. That's just the odd one out. But otherwise, I'm happy to answer like just questions, guidance, comfort. As I said, deity readings and angel readings and messages. Yeah, I will pick a deck for you. All right. So you're looking into growth and promotion and potential growth and promotion. So I think we'll use the D&D deck. We'll use this one. So let me put all of these aside. How's everyone doing today as well? For some people it's early in the morning, for some people it's the evening like me. Currently it's 10:44 in my time zone. And I had work today, and then I'm home now, which I'm happy about. Let me know how all of your days went. 8:44. Okay, so you're like pretty close. Your location is close by. Hello there, Crazy Sherbet. Welcome to the stream. Oh, look at that. 12 hours apart for Lady Palace Athena and Vanjie. Crazy Sherbet, feel free to join the queue with that command up there if you would like a tarot reading. Should actually ask the question first before I take any cards. Alright. Right now we are reading for Lady Palace Athena. What is the potential for growth or promotion in their current role? That card did like a cartwheel across the mat. 10:45. Oh, so we got the same time, Crazy Show, but it's 10:46 now for me. So we have 3 very wonderful cards here. We have the Three of Wisdom, the Fool, and the World. Yes, I am an Aussie. I am in Victoria. So for you, Lady Palsitina, it looks like in terms of your potential for your growth in your current role, I'm definitely seeing some form of teamwork or collaboration involved, perhaps even leading your own team with people who work in a similar department to you or people who do a similar function. And it's this feeling or this sense of synergy. So this ability to work together really seamlessly and very well to draw up from. So here, like, there's the water and then they're sort of moving the energy upwards. Being able to draw from the pool, from the whirlpool or the water, the pond, the source, and to transform it because butterflies. So there's butterfly imagery here. Being able to bring something new, something innovative to the role or your workplace or what you're currently doing. And I definitely don't see it as you doing it alone. It's some sort of team effort, whether you're leading the team or a strong part of the team, some sort of collaboration that you're wanting to pursue. And something that is going to take a leap of faith, something new, something creative, something that it may be a bit out of your comfort zone. You may not expect that you will do this. And you may feel like, is this drawing too much attention? Is this something that someone else should be doing? Am I being too loud about it? Though I'm reading from these cards that it will be a beneficial step that you take. The Fool is about taking the leap of faith, taking the step off the cliff, even if it's not something you can see clearly. Like, you may not see the path clearly. The path may look a bit dangerous even, though the card does encourage you to use your voice and to express your ideas as well. So that I do see big, of course, like new beginnings energy, considering it's the Fool, right? It's the card for like new beginnings. Hi Vivi, welcome in. Thanks for joining. Hope you're doing well. Feel free to join the queue if you'd like. Everyone's also dropping what time it is for them in the chat if you want to share, and we can see the time differences. Actually, here again, I just noticed we got the 3 and the 3, the World and 3 of Wisdom. So I'm not sure if there's already people that come to mind when you see this, like 2 other people working with you or some sort of small team that you're part of, but there's a lot of very collaborative energy on either side of this Fool. So either side of this new beginning, this leap of faith, you have people beside you. So being able to trust that, to be able to lean on it, to be able to rely on these connections, your team, your co-workers, any collaborators, these will be areas of growth and promotion for you in your current role. Definitely as well, like promotion, like trying to do it without the glare, but there's like a bit of money here. And we have the sword going into the money. And the sword reminds me of the Ace of Swords, which is a new beginning in terms of like communication, truth, honesty, air-based things. I'm not sure what your current role is, but if there's anything to do with communication or marketing or public relations, something with honesty or truth, maybe justice even, this is something you can wield really strongly in order to reach this promotion. With the coins here, the sword is quite strongly going down towards these pile of coins. And we have people here celebrating justice, crime related. Yeah. So we also like the world is also this sense of the world is in your hands, and also the sense of completion. And I find it interesting here, actually. The fact that you have the Fool here, which is like the start of the journey, the new beginning, and the World, which is the completion and full circle. There's definitely this project or cycle or something important that you're going to work on that will be quite holistic. You'll see it coming together quite well. It'll start off as a very simple, maybe even wild idea. Something that will bring forth transformation and something that will be different. And it'll become this, being quite well equipped, being like well surrounded, quite stable, using your ideas and truth and justice to move into like promotion and growth in the monetary aspect or the career aspect, and also being alongside your collaborators or companions or team, to bring forth this idea of like fruition. So not being afraid to express yourself and not avoiding your potential collaborations in team, areas of teamwork that will be good areas of focus for your growth. And I do see promotion coming through because of this particular imagery here with the coins and the sword. Hi Neppy, welcome in. It's good to see you as always. And for Vivi, it's 2:49 p.m, so just mid-afternoon for you. You can read from the book as well to see the nice quotes that come through. So here we have, for Free of Wisdom, taking time to celebrate the simple joy of aliveness with your friends. You were invited by the mayor of a nearby town to take part in their festival of monsters. And if we go to the front, to the Fool, following your heart with innocence and wonder, you encounter a gnome who says that if you follow him, he'll lead you to a wondrous treasure. So not being afraid of the more, I suppose it's not so much childish, perhaps it's more so rooted in passion, something you've always wanted to do, something that people have told you like not possible or not worth pursuing. Definitely an avenue you should pursue in your role. And if we look at the World here, which is the end of the Major Arcana, endings, coming to a place of completion and power internally and externally. You see someone weeping at the side of the road. They are being forced to marry someone they don't want to. So from that I see definitely a lot around protection, around standing up for those who are vulnerable. Very active position for you. I don't think it's going to be stagnant. I think there is a lot of growth for you. There's a lot of movement, a lot of things being created, things being formed, things coming together. Hopefully that provides some insight in regards to your question. Let me know if you have any questions based on this reading. I can try to clarify anything as well. If there's anyone who's tuning in who would like a reading, we currently only have one other person in the queue after Lady Palace Athena, so feel free to use the join command to join the queue. And yeah. Hi Daphne, good to see you. Does the spirits want you to accept it? I mean, in my opinion, I feel like it wouldn't come through if it wasn't something that wasn't meant for you. Though I can ask that for you anyway. I'm getting that it's a decision is more important for you to consider for yourself why you would or wouldn't accept that promotion. It's not for you to know if it will work out or not. It's for you to kind of forge the path that you're trying to pursue. As I said, I'll pull a card for you anyway, though they're also telling me that it's not so much about them saying yes or no, but for you to make a choice that aligns with your values as well. Oh, that's really nice of you to say, Daphne. Thank you. I'm glad to be here for you for that. Welcome in Candy Yams 50. Feel free to drop a follow as well. And thank you for joining my stream, Candy. Alright. Let's pull a card for that. Do the spirits want you to accept? Chariot. So as I was saying, it is about your willpower and determination. It's about you and how you guide the chariot and your path forward. The Queen of Swords is also about inner truth and how you regard your values. And we have the Fool again here. So not being afraid of taking new opportunities. If I were to say a yes or no, when it comes to these cards, it would indicate a yes. So willpower, determination, truth, and justice once again, Queen of Swords, and the Fool taking new opportunities and new beginnings. With a synchronicity of the two Fools here, gives me an affirmation in regards to accepting this opportunity that may come your way. You're welcome. I do hope that was satisfactory, and best of luck with your growth and opportunities in your role as well. Oops. And let me know how it goes too, like if for whatever comes through. Yeah, keep us updated on it. Oh, sorry, Lena. I just clicked that button. Feel free to run the join again. It's okay. You can join again. I'll let you in and then I'll close it. There we go. Alright. I'm closing it now, just so I don't get a billion and then I can't do everyone. Because that would be really sad. But it's okay. You were just on time. So Vanji, let me know what your question is. Pick a deck as well. If you want to see the spread of decks, I can put it here. Just let me know. Yeah. Welcome in, Luna, as well. Feel free to drop a follow and thank you for tuning in. We do have a bit of a queue. We have about 5 people in the queue now, including the one I'm just about to start. So feel free to stick around and relax and have a chat, listen in to other people's readings if you would like, or just keep me on in the background if that's what you want to do as well. And thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. We shall wait for Vanji's question and choice of deck. Ah, yes. Thinking something related to your future home. There's many options you've been considering. All right. So, oh, welcome in Dream It's Possible. At the moment, I do have the queue closed since we do have quite a number of people in the queue. So if we get through all of them, then I will open the queue again, and then you would be more than welcome to join. So feel free to stick around, or you can drop a follow and then come back in. And yeah, see how it goes. But right now we have a few people in the queue, so I don't want to overload it, and then I won't be able to get to everyone. Welcome in Amethyst as well. Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. Also, Neppy, I think it's so funny how the Nightbot keeps sniping you like that. Alright, future home. What the vibes will be. Yeah, and it's only you. I don't think I've ever seen anyone else get like caught for like the spamming. I thought I turned it off because... Or maybe I turned off something else. Alright, let's check out the vibes of your future home then, Vanjie. Hello, Dory, whatever. Welcome in. At the moment, the queue is closed since I do have about 5 people on there, so I don't want to overload it and then miss anyone because the stream is ending. Though feel free to stick around, and if we get through everyone in a good time, I'll open the queue again. You can join in. Yeah, but thank you for joining. I hope you're doing well. Whoa, look at these cards. Oh my god. They're like flying. They're spitting out for you, Vanjie. Yes, I am good, thank you. I'm happy to be streaming because I missed out last week since I was out camping. And then now I'm back with all you lovely people and friends. And I'm happy for that. Yeah, did you see that, Vanjie? They were like, four. And you see me shuffle cards before. They don't always do that. Alright. Oh my god, the Queen of Swords is back. It will be a very nurturing home that you'll be able to, like, it'll be very, you know the idea of like sometimes in homes you may not feel comfortable speaking the truth or being honest or saying what's on your mind. You will definitely have a home that encourages and cultivates this like atmosphere and environment where you feel comfortable being able to say what is on your mind and say the truth, and allow others to come in as well and talk on what's on their mind in a very nurturing way, in a way that is it's just like the ideal situation, right? It's the ideal ability to communicate within the home that doesn't feel like you're attacking anyone, also doesn't feel like you're compromising yourself. It's very, this is my place and I'm going to speak, and it's okay because everyone here understands the boundaries and also knows how to communicate healthily. Daphne, camping was very good. I said to my friends, like, tick boxes, like all the camping with a nice group of people, having a good experience, very immersive. It was like a LARP camp, so a live action roleplay camp. So we were in character for most of the week. It was fun to just be in nature. I wasn't on my phone very much at all, just checked for a couple minutes, checked my phone a couple minutes every night, just in case there were any important messages. But otherwise, yeah. The not so nice stuff was I'm very particular about bathrooms, and camping usually doesn't have nice bathrooms. And also I got 8 mosquito bites, but it's okay. But yeah, overall it was really good, and I'm excited to do it again sometime soon. Or maybe next year, who knows. Alright, we'll continue with the reading. Knight of Wands. In your home, I can see that you will... What? Okay, I saw this card and immediately I was like, DIY, renovation, like home projects. So if there's something in your mind that you think like maybe you've seen like videos or pictures or Pinterest boards or whatever with like these inspirational like DIYs or like beautiful setups of things, I'm seeing that this home that you'll like have in the future will definitely be a great canvas and catalyst for a lot of these creative hands-on DIY projects. And you may not be super duper at them initially. Like it's not like you're going in as an expert. Maybe I don't know if you are, but like this is what I'm reading from the card. It's sort of this feeling of you're taking the step and you're not like the king of wands, you're not the queen of wands, but it's definitely taking this passion, taking these ideas and being able to create something out of like something physical. It was fun, Amethyst. Has anyone else here been like camping a lot of times? Like maybe they were a scout when they were younger, or maybe is there anyone in the chat who's like me, who's only been camping like once or like never before? Because this was my first time last week. And this is not camping like in a cabin, camping as in like in a tent. High Priestess, you will have the space and breathing room for your spiritual endeavors. You'll feel comfortable. You'll be able to tune into your intuition. You'll be calm enough. Like I'm sensing maybe you've had a lot of environments where you haven't been able to just be calm in your own space. Maybe that's something that even like peeves you a little bit. Like you want to be comfortable in your own space and sometimes you can't. But I can see here your future home. The High Priestess is like bang. You're going to have the room, the space, the time, the headspace, the mental space, the spiritual space, the understanding to be able to embrace your higher intuition. You know, it's funny because the High Priestess also reminds me of like shrines and altars. Like there will be a presence of the spiritual and divine in your house. Closest thing, camping was a tent outside your backyard. That's kind of funny though. Backyard tent camping sounds funny. Oh, the Chariot is back again too. For some reason, this like makes me think of, I can tell why. It makes me think of like a canopy sort of thing on the bed, or like some really beautiful curtains. Maybe if curtains are quite significant to you and your ideas for like decoration in the future. I'm seeing that your home will be well protected. So like these two lions here, or these sphinxes, I think they're more like sphinxes than lions. They make me think about protection because in my culture, in front of houses, like usually you'd put like two of these like lions, sort of like this. If you've ever been to like a Chinese temple or like some sort of Chinese household or Southeast Asian household, you may have seen these in front like statues. So I was drawn to the canopy. I was also drawn to these two. Oh, there's a spam bot in the chat. Let's get rid of them. Silly bot. There we go. Yeah. So well protected is what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing, because that's the connection I've made, the imagery that's come to mind. These protective lions or statues or sort of like spiritual protection as well. You'll be well guarded. You'll be safe. Yes, no one will escape your altars in your home. The Nine of Wands. Typically a card associated with a recovery period after a lot of hard work. It's definitely looking upon the fruits of your labor, looking upon all that you've been through to get to this point and being able to rest. And I think it's really nice. I think it goes very well with all the other cards. This sense of being able to be yourself, being able to explore and try new DIYs and new things, being protected, embracing this sort of like some whimsicality, I don't know how to call it. Like, you'll be whimsical, you know? And it will be like this sigh of relief. It's like you've done it and you're there. And, you know, it will be really good to help you realize. Do you have trouble recognizing your own achievements and hard work? Because this card is saying like you're going to see it, like this is going to be it's not the only thing that will allow you to see it, but it'll be one of the things where it's really going to be like, wow, I actually did it. I actually did all the hard work and I got here and I got to this point and I'm ready to make use of it, and I was a soldier and I soldiered through. And you're welcome, Vanjie. This is a nice reading. I was kind of nervous. I was like, what am I going to read for vibes of a future home? But then it's coming to me, which is how tarot works. If you practice it for a long time, if you practice it for many years and you're confident enough to do readings like this on a stream, you're probably at a point where you can also try and like do these like, I wouldn't like, it's not unusual in a bad way, like, but unusual readings. Luna, for my microphone, I have a Yeti blue microphone. So it's not a ball. It's like the tall... Okay, I don't know how to make the shape. A tall ovally one like this. But yeah, it's a Yeti blue, which I probably should put in my description as well at some point. I'm glad you think it's good. I also have a pop filter on it because I didn't before, and then I kept popping my P's. And hopefully this filter, which I've only used for this stream and the previous stream, means my words are less breathy and it pops less. Yeah. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. That's nice to hear. I think it's cool that people like listening to my voice. Yeah. This will be great for you, Vanjie. And like, you literally did get into vet school. Like, you can't even deny that. And you're going and you're doing it. Yes. Go. And remember as well, Vanjie and anyone else tuning in, I do upload my VODs or the broadcast, so like the recording of the video, I do upload to my YouTube channel. So if you ever have a reading you'd want to look back on or want to listen to again, let me just do the command. There we go. You can find my VODs on YouTube and listen back. And I want to do readings. Oh, look at the fall again. I want to do readings, like reading videos. Just haven't got the chance yet because I've been busy. Yes. You're welcome, Vanjie, and I'm glad to have met you too. Because I do believe we meet everyone for a reason, which I've said before. But you're welcome. Let's move onwards to Daphne, Cozy Tarot. Daphne, what is your question? And what is your desire for a message, or however you want to ask? You can also choose a deck, or you can ask me to choose a deck and I can choose one. I love the sound of your future home though, Vanjie. It sounds like it will be amazing for you. Daphne would like a check-in with Apollo. Alright. So if you've been here before, and if you're new, I usually do a hymn to the deity before I do a reading with them. So for Apollo, we'll do a hymn to him to him. Hymn to Apollo. If you didn't know, hymns are considered offerings to gods as well. Well, because hymns are typically about praise and about like praise and thanks to a deity. And praise, like if you compare hymns and praise usually have some sort of request or petition in them. So hymns can be considered offerings because hymns don't usually have a petition. They don't usually ask for something. They are typically a praise or thank or some sort of way to exalt the god. And so they can be used as offerings, as well as a way to invoke them and invite them forward into your space. So let us say the hymn to Apollon. This one is by Michael Hornum from 1997. Hail to you, O Apollon, leader of the muses, lord of the seasons, golden-haired Phoebus, whose perfect lyre unites all opposites, healing Paean, whose darts afflict not those striving for good, all-seeing God, Delphic prophet, lord of intellectual light, you delight in the rocky crags of Parnassus and in the lovely cape of Delos. As Helios' nourishing rays bring forth fragrant white laurel blossoms and ripen sweet brown dates. Giver of life by your Delian altar, unsullied by blood and fire-charred flesh, you inspire in the lover of wisdom a respect for every life. Glorious youth, by slaying Pytho, who bars the way to the Omphalos, you show that selfishness must be transcended along the path to the source center of all. Great purifier, you alone liberate life from such selfishness, and mind from the limitations of thought, thereby making most direct that path to the one beyond being absolutely infinite and free. Praise to Apollon. I have to choose the deck. We're going to do some Angel Tarot. For any other readers in the stream right now, how do you usually shuffle your cards? When I'm not really looking for like cards to pull, I like to do this kind of riffle shuffle. I haven't found that it bends my cards, which some people are worried about. This deck I've had for many, many years, and it's not bent. It's pretty straight. Well, it's completely straight. It's not bent at all. And I riffle shuffle it. Is that like an overhand shuffle for you, Luna? Ooh. The cards are sliding away. Sometimes amethyst, different shuffling techniques are what you got to try out because it's not the same for everyone and also can change over time. And some decks may be shuffled in different ways than others as well. Daphne, your tarot deck is very bent. That's really funny. Oh no. Well, maybe not so funny because you have a beautiful deck. So hopefully it doesn't affect your deck badly to have it bent because of the way that you're shuffling it. Alright. For these cards, we are doing a check-in with Apollon for Daphne. You win the High Priestess, Daphne. Look at this. We've got the High Priestess here too. For those who've been following along, so many readings. Yep. Daphne just can't escape the High Priestess. Amethyst, you don't like bending your cards. Yeah, that makes sense. I have my partner, he plays Magic the Gathering, and they're not the same as tarot cards, and it's absolutely worse to try and riffle shuffle Magic cards because they're much smaller and not for bending. I like the cutting into piles sort of thing, Vanjie, as well. Alright, let's get into your reading, Daphne. So you have the Two of Pentacles here, with Poyel, God sustaining everything. Fortune and fame fulfills any request. And we have an angel here kneeling down with a basket of, it looks like fruits. Then we have, as I said, the High Priestess with Aela here. Got the Eternal Lasting. And this one says success, protection from magistrates. And we have a bit of a scepter or wand here with a ribbon or scroll. And we have the Five of Cups, which is Ve'ulia, which is God, King, and Ruler. Prosperity, destruction of the enemy, and deliverance from bondage. So these are all quite positive cards. Because if you read these with the traditional Rider-Waite, with the cards they correspond with, it may be a different reading, but because we're looking at this specific deck, we'd look at the specific things that are coming through on these cards. And this is the deck that I felt drawn to for this reading. As we can see, a lot of messages of success and fame, fortune. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Fame, fortune, prosperity. So if you're worried about anything negative, don't be. I'm not sure if you are, though some people are, if they want to check in with their deities. Oh, you know what's really interesting as well? So this card sort of depicts offerings of like fruit, like physical food offerings. And then this one is an angel pouring a jar, which is sort of like a libation offering, like a liquid offering. And this one has the angel with like the two fingers here, pointing towards the scroll scepter, which I associate with prayer because of like the two fingers like this in this sort of depiction is typically like some sort of like holy divine association or symbol. Food offerings, liquid offerings, and prayer, which tend to make a strong practice if you've been doing those recently with Apollo. There's also this like protection here, and also the apotropaic aspects here. Apotropaic being like averting, so being able to avert evil. Here we have destruction of enemies and leverage from bondage, which is in the sense an anti-Eight of Swords. So if you've been working with him on anything in regards to releasing yourself from restricting or unhealthy mindsets or patterns of thoughts, especially in relation to any creativity or spiritual development, if you've been working with him on some sort of divination practice, then I'm seeing this sort of as I said, eight of swords energy, where it's you're you're able to break free from your bondages and whatever is holding you back and whatever you feel like is restricting you, which often tends to be things that are related to our own self-limiting beliefs. I am seeing through this connection and development, of course, with the High Priestess, spiritual development, finding things more in the realm of wisdom, developing your spiritual awareness and wisdom as well. Two of Pentacles being about this sort of balance. So in this way, that seems quite nice because of the meaning. Fortune and fame fulfills any request. This sense of you will find success in what you're doing. It is merely a matter of your commitment and being able to balance and outweigh your doubt. So whatever your doubt is, allowing your practice, your connection, your devotion, your progress, your passions, your dreams, your desires to outweigh what is tipping the scale in the way that is not useful for you. Yeah, lots of vibes of protection, which is quite nice. Like, it's a very straightforward connection. Is there anything in particular that you were looking for in terms of a check-in? Something that you're particularly wondering about or wanting a thought on, but then you weren't quite sure about asking about that? I'm having a drink of water. Everyone else here, if you have not had a bit of water in the last half an hour, make sure you have some water. Reconciliation phase. I think that's interesting with the fact that I noticed this thing with offerings, libations, and prayer. Have you been doing offerings and libations and prayers to Apollo? That's alright. Well, if there is something you've gathered from the imagery and the reading, then that's what's most important. Because sometimes I do believe just because the reader has an interpretation doesn't mean it's the interpretation. Or it can be the case of, yes, it is an intuitive interpretation that can be considered or should be considered. And then there's also some personal perceptions that we should also consider. So it can all coexist as well. Were there any questions you had about this reading or anything you'd like me to elaborate on? I feel like I should give you, like I considered this one at the start and then I didn't do it yet. I'm going to pull you one card from this one as well. Just because, okay, well it just gave me one already. Co-creation. This one I feel like you should just look at and consider. I don't think I need to interpret this one. But that's a card for you. Well, for you. There we go. Well, for you. Point towards the chat. Best of luck with your reconciliation. Neppy, it's your turn. Let me know what you would like a reading on and if you have a specific deck preference. Whether that is a tarot deck or an oracle deck. Before, now, after kind of thing. I'm contemplating which deck to use. We'll go with our classic. And we'll also use a different way to get the cards this time. We'll do a bit of a pile method inspired by what Vanjie said about cutting into small piles. Oh, thank you. Donations are kindly appreciated and helps because they typically go back into the stream or into my streaming setup or basically support me since I'm doing free readings. I do offer paid readings as well on my Ko-fi. They are written ones rather than live ones. Though, oh my god, oops, that was an accident. So if you do like video readings and then you ever wanted like me to do one for you, but like the way I do it on thingy, what is it? Words. Also, Vanjie, thank you so much for the donation. That's really kind of you. I really appreciate it. What are my words? Oh yes, if you wanted a video style of a reading offer I have on Ko-fi, then you can just ask me. Yes. But most of the time they're written because I like being able to write out the words and I feel like it's a good record of the reading. You posted a link. How do I look at what the link is? Yeah, the bot just does that. ePal. Oh yes, I see. epal.gg. epal.gg. Let me have a look. So you can give readings on this place. Cool. I will check that out. Oh, thank you. Well, I know nothing about this place, so I'm not sure what it means to do well. Like, what is considered the criteria to do well in your perception. So feel free to let me know, but I appreciate you suggesting it, and I found the link, so I will explore it another time. Oh, it's kind of you to offer, Luna. Is it a process that required, like, that would benefit from help from others? Like, does it have some sort of, like, strict system? I will grab you on Discord. I just sent you a friend request. My tag is just @Quinn. So a very simple tag. I appreciate that. Interesting. Yeah, I've never heard of the platform. So is it like new? Or has it been around for a while? While you type out. Thank you, Vanji. That really means a lot, and it's really sweet of you to say that. And I'm really glad that I'm able to be that, be a person like that for you. Yeah, and that's what it's all about. To bring something to others and help out and have fun and connect. Alright, let's do Neppy's reading. So we'll split the deck into 3 piles. Alright, Neppy, you can pick the top card or the bottom card, or a middle card. We can do top, bottom, or middle. And you can choose for all 3 piles to be top, or 3 piles to be bottom, or 3 piles to be middle. You can do top, middle, bottom. You can do whatever combination you want. You just let me know, and we'll grab the cards and do a before, now, and after reading for you. I'm assuming you're still here, Neppy. And very patiently waiting. Top, middle, bottom. Sounds banging. Okay, let's do that. And okay, epal's been around for 5 years. Okay, that's quite some time. Alright, so for the before, we have top here the 5 of Pentacles. And for this middle deck, we have the 7 of Swords. And we have from the bottom of this deck for after, Death. Okay. Some interesting cards here. Beforehand. Great, Death. Don't be so sarcastic, Neppy. Unless you're not being sarcastic and you're being genuine, saying great. Before, we have the 5 of Pentacles. It must have been really easy for you to only look at your weaknesses and the places where you were maybe falling behind or falling flat on. And despite there being other resources or ways or supports for you to be able to pursue, it was easier for you to continue on this path than to try and find your way, like I suppose in the metaphor of the card, to find your way into the building and to ask for that help. And this is beforehand, so it's something that you've moved past now, I would hope. That's what the cards indicate. That you have in the past felt this way, this perhaps stuckness, maybe this even like sort of like you're cold, the snow. It's like, I wouldn't say pain. Pain is a bit of a strong word. But it's the sort of stuckness and this sense of, am I even going to get to where I'm trying to get to? For the now, there's Nine of Cups peeking up. For the now, we have the Seven of Wands, which typically has some typical like connotations or meanings in relation to like betrayal and taking something or walking away with it. When I see this card, I often see it in relation to the idea that you are not being entirely honest with doing something that you truly believe you want to do or want to be part of. It's this idea of letting or compromising some of your truth and some of what you want to see in yourself for something else, for someone else as well. And I mean, look at this guy. He's grabbing those swords by the blades. That would really hurt. And also be really, really painful. So don't do that. Don't be like this guy. Don't grab the swords by the blades. You don't have to. You also don't have to be carrying 7 of them and then dropping them all over the place. Prioritize and focus on the things that really matter to you. And be reasonable and responsible. Don't rush and just pick them up by the blade and then hurt yourself. And don't mask yourself from what you really want to do. These are life lessons inspired by the cards and intuition. And yes. Well, that's interesting. So we had Death, and peeking out from behind we had the Ace of Pentacles and also the Devil. So our lovely Death card is, of course, related to change and transformation. And this represents the after. I definitely see the Devil in relation to like this card. This like idea of like holding onto something and attachments. So the Devil can represent like attachments and addiction, cycles that don't serve us, other people, like being around other people who may not bring out the best of us. I can see the connection here in terms of this idea of attachment and this way of thinking where it's like, I have to do it this way. I have to do it this way. Like this one-minded thinking which might not serve you. And you might be surprised about what comes your way. And even what you might not see as something that is actually good for you because you're too busy thinking about this. But those are the behind cards. The main card is Death, and Death is about transformation and about how it's indiscriminatory about what it removes from your life to bring in the new. And it is the calling card of transformation and change and crossroads and decision making and really the purging of something in your life in order to bring something else new back in. And the sun in the background, of course, being the hope that rises from this situation. So I do see, especially because Death is a major arcana card, there are a lot of cards in the tarot deck that can represent transformation and change and moving on from something and leaving something behind, such as even the Six of Swords, which is a minor arcana. But with the major arcana being right here in this primary position of the after, you can certainly expect something coming up in this after. Can't tell you a time frame for sure because it's not really. It's not. We're not reading a time frame here, but in terms of the after of this scenario situation or what you're going through, either some change is going to happen to you or some change is required from you in order to be able to detach from these unhelpful thinking styles and then even be capable of grasping, just like the hand here, grasping the opportunities that come your way. That here, you see the pentacle here as well. That once you, like, perhaps opportunities that you once saw as unworthy to you and unworthy, like, for you, are now things you can pursue because of this journey. Oh, that's cool. I mean, I hope most of my readings are spot on. And accurate. But it's cool that you see it to a T and it's all spot on and accurate and you're feeling like it's resonating with you. I'm hoping whatever it is, it has some divine timing that helps you too. Whatever that timing may be. You are welcome. That felt like a good reading. Felt like a very strong reading. Hey Lightseeker, welcome back to the stream. Thanks for joining. I hope you're doing well. Let me know if you are, or how you are doing. Candy Yams, if you are still here, let me know what reading you would like. If you have a preference for a deck you would like me to read from. Lightseeker, at the moment, the queue is closed as I'm just working through the queue. We had a few people in there, but I'll open the queue again soon if we have... well, I think we will have time. So I'll open the queue when I finish this one, and then you can join in. And I am doing well too, thank you. For Candy Yams, you're asking for a love reading. I wanted to let you know that I don't do love readings. Mostly because I'm not as comfortable and confident with making calls based on love readings. So if there's anything else I can do a reading for, can you please let me know? General. All right. Let's consider a deck. We'll use this oracle deck for you. It has some very beautiful art in it. Cars 2 at the graduation ticket center. What's what's the graduation ticket center? Is this a tarot deck. This is an oracle deck, so oracle decks don't have the suits like the Rider-Waite deck. If you want me to use a tarot deck instead, let me know and I can switch the deck. This is oracle, so it doesn't have the same 4 suits and major arcana. Is that a yes for switching to a tarot deck? If you can just confirm for me. Yes. Alright. We'll come back to this deck for a different reading or even a collective reading later. Maybe like an intermission collective. We will do a... We'll use the Rider-Waite. Because I like the Rider-Waite. Also, one of the cats wants to get out of the room, so let me just quickly let her out of the room and I'll come back. For anyone who has cats, does your cat ever go into the room, like want to come into the room, and then as soon as the cat gets in the room, they want to leave the room? Because that's what one of the cats just did. Alright. Oh, there's a card in there that's upside down. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. A few cards. I just messed up the cards somehow. Oopsie. How did I manage that? Definitely people in the stream that need to rest right now. Wow. Remember last stream we kept getting the 10 of Pentacles? For anyone who was here last stream? Oh, okay. What have I done? Let me check the deck so make sure no other cards are the wrong way around. Must have been the way I stacked them after that last reading. Accidentally did a tipsy-turvy. Okay, there we go. Fix them. So for you, Candy there's been something that you've been working on for a while. Some sort of project, something tangible, something that it's physically like effort. It doesn't have to be like a physical like trade or anything like laborious, but something that is requiring some proper effort for you. So I'm feeling at this time with whatever this project is, whatever this pursuit is, this project, pursuit, work, or something you're trying to bring into like the material grounded world, you're feeling the sense of disappointment, the sense of, is it time to walk away? Is it time to try something new? Is it worth continuing this? Is this something I'm truly passionate about and see myself doing? Oh, they took out cards too, Vanjie. Welcome back, Nippy. Thanks for joining back on your phone. For whatever this project is for you, Candy, it may feel like it's something about like being in the system. Maybe, I don't know if it's stuck in the system. Some sort of tradition, some sort of doorway you feel like isn't opening up for you, and that can be why you are feeling this sense of disappointment and wanting to walk away. You're putting a lot of material investment in this project for not a lot of emotional reward, not a lot of emotional outcome, fulfillment. And it's this phrase of like, don't get me wrong. Like this is what it's saying. Like, don't get me wrong. It's something you want to do. Like it's connected to something that you really care about. It's connected to some sort of passion or area of growth you really care about. But again, it's this like this replaying idea of you've put so much into it, like time and effort, maybe money, physical effort, yet you're still waiting to see the emotional fulfillment and results of that. If you've been considering whether or not it's time to step back, whether or not it's time to change directions or strategies or paths because of this Three of Swords. Oh no, Vanjie, I'm sorry that you're getting a headache. Love you too, and thank you for tuning in. I hope you feel better soon. Thank you so much again for coming and donating. Yeah, Three of Swords is a tough card. It's this tough feeling of, you know, that concept of like when you get stabbed by a knife, like if you take out the knife, you bleed more. So sometimes, or like it's like advised that sometimes it's better to just keep the knife in to not let the blood out. And I'm wondering if this is reflective of your current thinking. Like with this thing you're working on, with this project, with this idea, is it easier to just keep the knives in to not cause more pain, to not cause more bleeding? And that may be where your sort of sticking point is in terms of walking away from this disappointment. And I'm seeing that there may be some opportunity for you. This idea of, even though you've gone far on your own, even though you've developed much, even though you've worked hard on it, is the opportunity for you to step back and actually learn, or even in a case, release your learnings or knowledge to others in order to learn. So not being so isolated, but this exchange of knowledge, whether you're the mentee or the mentor, and that being able to provide a new perspective on what it is you're working on. Candy, let me know if there's anything that's resonating with you, or anything that you're wondering about that you want me to elaborate on, anything that seems a bit you're a bit unsure of. Let me know your thoughts. Oh, thank you, Neppy. My benefactor of streams. You're always very generous and giving. Thank you. Yeah, I'm seeing that because I often associate this card, the Eight of Pentacles, in terms of like career and work, because it's the Pentacles is very material, financial, and yeah, it's very much this putting in the work, not getting the fulfillment. Is one of the things you've been considering like going back to school? Have you been thinking about going back to study? Like getting a degree or a different degree? No. Because the Hierophant and the Three of Pentacles can also be associated with higher study, university, and new learnings. Luna, you're... No. You're already in the queue. You're still in the queue, Luna. You're next. Don't worry. You'll be after Candy Yams. I would suggest, Candy, if study is something that you might want to consider, because of the cards that have come through. And I feel like there's something, like you say, like I hear you saying you don't know what direction you want to go in and you're trying to figure it out and you're unsure what. If there's something you're into creative stuff, I mean you can go to school to do creative stuff too. Or do an apprenticeship or some sort of mentorship. Maybe finding people in your field who could help you or be willing to help you as well. Let's move these to the side. In terms of your direction. What kind of creative stuff are you into? What do you like to do? Is it design? Is it writing? Acting? Dancing? Singing? Music art. That's really cool. Oh, so those are some familiar cards. Alright. For what you're unsure about, or the fact that you're unsure and you're in this like sort of crossroads situation where you're not sure where to go, I feel like this is easier said than done, and also this is me saying it without knowing your context, though you are very much the person who needs to make the choice yourself and make that jump, make that leap, be the instigator of change. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to make too many assumptions because I don't really know, but intuitively, sometimes when we don't know what direction to go in, we kind of have an idea of what we want to do. We get inspired. We have some sort of like idea. We have some sort of thing we're looking at. Sometimes when we're unmotivated, it's easy even to see what we actually want to do. But then we feel as though we can't pursue that. And when it comes to the Seven of Swords and Death and the Fool, it's all very much you need to just grasp change and transformation and take it and wield it and do it. And there we go, find strength in yourself, because no one else is going to make the change for you. No one else is going to pick the direction for you. No one's going to figure it out because they don't know you. They don't know what you like. They don't know what you are passionate about, what you want to achieve. you see it yourself, the hard work you do, and sometimes it's easy for us to think, like, why can't the universe give us what we deserve? Why can't I just be given what I need? Why can't I just see the reward of all this hard work I'm doing, everything I'm putting into what I'm doing? And it is like that sometimes. And it's hard. And it's also, sometimes it's hard to be told that, like, you have to be the one to do it because you don't want to make the wrong choice. And you don't want to make a choice only to go back to the same spot that you were in. Though I'd like to tell you from this reading, from these cards, that it's going to be you that makes the change that will motivate you, bring you back to your passions, and allow you to feel the sense of movement, because all of these cards are to do with movement. The Fool is leap of faith, Death is charging forward, the Seven of Swords being the movement. I think that's exactly right. Like, if you're into creative stuff, if you're into music art, if you're passionate about what you're doing, because as I read here before, right, like, I feel like you are passionate about what you're doing, but you've just been disappointed. Like, it's been really hard. There are always different ways to do things, and sometimes we're so familiar with what we do. So Knight of Cups, I really like, because this one comes after the Page of Cups, and the Page of Cups is about expecting the unexpected and allowing ourselves to be surprised with what comes through. Oh my god. Isn't that funny? I was just talking about you. Page of Cups. If that's not a synchronicity, then I don't know what else is. Page of Cups. Look at that fish. It's like coming out of nowhere. You don't expect it. But it's still coming out the cup. And it leads to this. It leads to action. And it's emotion, right? It's based on emotions. It's based on what you love. In feeling. So this just so affirming to me. This idea of you just need to find something new, something fresh, something that surprises you. But don't abandon what you truly want to do and what you love, because you know the passion, and you know you can put in the hard work, and you know you're capable. Be the instigator of change, expect the unexpected, and yeah. I hope that might provide you some guidance and some insights on your situation. You're welcome. I think career is a tough thing sometimes because it's such a large part of our lives. Like, we use so many hours for our career, and you know, you think you have to make the choice and then you're stuck with the choice, but you're not always stuck with the choice. And change is scary too, so I get that. I'm currently going through some transition in my career as well. And I really do wish you the best of luck, Candy. And keep us updated too. Like, let us know if there is, anything in the future you want to share with us about your career. Thank you, Nappy. Your lurking is always appreciated. And Luna, it is now your turn. If you would like to let me know what reading you would like, and also the deck, if you have a preference, or if you have a preference between Tarot and Oracle. Anyone else who's still here, feel free to stick around to listen to other people's readings, and hang out. Oh, Light Seeker, you're still here. I have opened the queue again. I will take, I think, a couple more joins in the queue. Yeah, so we've got Dreamer and I'm assuming Light, you want to join? Oh, okay, cool. Vivi's in there too. We'll do a last call. If anyone else is listening and wants to join, do it now before I close it. Okay, Luna, your question. Is proposing soon. Wants to know if that will happen. Alright. Amethyst got in last. I'm gonna close the queue now. That'll be the queue. The rest of the stream will be let me run the command. That's our list for the rest of the stream. Alright. I'm considering your question, Luna, because I don't do love questions and I'm not sure if that's leaning into love because it's directly related to like a partner's actions. I'm interested. I find it really interesting what you. Oops. You're saying you're stressed about it, which is not a nice feeling. Thanks for joining, Nappy, and have a good night. Sleep well. And yeah, tune in again on Thursday. It's more towards settling down. Ah. It's more financial. Thank you, Nappy. That's really kind. Interesting. Planning, saving up. Commitment. Yes, indeed. Well, I do want to say I personally don't feel comfortable reading on whether or not he'll be proposing soon. I feel like that's not quite appropriate for me to read on. I mean, anyone, like others can read on it if they feel more comfortable with it, but I personally won't. Aren't quite. But I do see your concerns about settling down and financial and commitments. Oops. I can still read on those topics. I don't think I can read on is he going to propose soon? I feel like that's that's not something that would be appropriate for me to read on. I'd still like to do a reading for you. If there's a way, maybe you could like word the question in a different sense. Oh, Morph, you were here last time, and then I didn't get to read for you because you were at the end. And I said if you joined again, I would do a reading. Okay, Morph, do the join command again. I'll let you into the queue. Because you didn't get one last time. You do need to stick around because there's like 5 people in the queue now. So if you're still here, Morph, feel free to run the join command and then I can close the queue again. Okay, cool. Now we close for real. You'll need to stick around though. Okay. All right, Luna. Let's do a card pull about if it'll be soon. for your what am I trying to say? Peace of mind. We'll do a quick card pull for that one, and then we'll also do a general read. About your partner proposing. I feel like I flipped a card around. Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords, Queen of Cups. Let's get a clarification on this Ten of Swords because I don't know how to interpret that. Well, it's a bit difficult. Oh, that's very kind of you, Dream It. Well, I'll pop them up and I'll still keep you. So we'll have Luna's current, we'll have morph next, and then the queue will proceed as it goes. That's very considerate of you, Dream It. Thank you. Yeah, Ten of Swords. I'm like thinking there's something that's. It's like conquering. It's Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is like this nurturing sense of emotion, like having an ability to like hold your emotions and sit with them. Though when it comes with this Ten of Swords, it's very much this sense of like you haven't yet conquered this ability to like sit with them. And I'm wondering what that means in terms of like the proposal. Like, is there a sense of he's waiting, or like he's waiting for something, like he's waiting for an indication, for some sort of like confidence from your end, some sort of affirmation from you. Page of Pentacles, a little bit like a proposal card. Like, here's the ring. Though I feel like the Ten of Swords as well is like the 10 is at the end of the suit, and 10s typically in suits are the sense of completion and reaching the end. And when it comes to the Ten of Swords in particular as well, it is it's not a pleasant card, I guess. It's not the most pleasant to receive. It's quite an image. Though the important thing to note with the Ten of Swords as well is that the yellow here is rising in the background, and yellow is associated with hope and like things, like good things coming in. So I do feel like there's this sense of you should it's like I don't think it will happen that soon. I think it's like something needs to happen to like move on from this Ten of Swords into the hopeful. At the same time, life goals. Do you mean life goals because you guys have different life goals? Life goals is in like you both are trying to pursue something, so maybe marriage isn't right at the moment. I do want to say people are people. Like they may change their minds. The energy right now may not be the energy that's like tomorrow. So yeah. Ooh, save and start a business. I think marriage doesn't necessarily mean having to take care of the other person and kids. Though I can understand how it can reflect this idea of not being able to pursue what you would like to pursue at this time. And it's true, like marriage is a commitment and it is something to put into. It does feel like proposing might not be the right choice at the moment, and there are other things to focus on before like you pursue it. I think your fear does come through these cards in the sense of like the 10 of Swords and the 7 of Cups. Have you spoken with your partner about this? Like, have you spoken to him about how you have certain ambitions, certain feelings around things, this sense of like unreadiness because of like this anxiety that's going through? Because it makes sense. Like, you want to have a stable foundation in order to have your future, and that idea of like marriage is kind of like the transition point, and you want to be prepared for that. Is there a reason why you haven't spoken to them about it? When we see the Hanged Man, it's very much about like you're holding the rope up for yourself, and sometimes it's like this choice. Also, the sense of world is in your hands, the full circle's in your hands. His biological clock is ticking, and he wants to get kids at 34. I certainly think that this is very much something you need to talk to him about, because this is my personal opinion. This is not professional advice. My personal opinion is that you can't marry someone that you can't talk to this stuff about. Like, when you marry someone and when someone proposes to you or you propose to someone else, you want to be in a good position. You want to be in a good position for it. And you want to, feel comfortable with the other person and them to you. Yeah. I think that's fair. Like, you need time to process. You need time to consider what you want to do. I suppose I don't want to make assumptions about this, who he is and the type of person he is, though it's not great if he keeps talking about it and hinting at, though at the same time, like if he's hinting at it and he keeps hinting at it, you kind of need to go in and say, like, well, here's how, like, you need to tell him where you're at, what you want to do. Because if his hints are causing you this much this much stress, that's not good for you, and it's not fair. It's not fair on you to have the stress of all of it, and it's also not fair on him to not know what you're feeling as well. Because then how else is, I don't know, how else is he gonna stop doing the hints if he doesn't know that you're not vibing with them? Hello, and the gym. I'm doing fine today, thank you. How are you doing in the gym? Engaged and wait a year, and during the year we build. Do you think I communicate this? It seems he wants it in 3 months. Well, first I'd like to ask, is the year, like, do you actually want... Is the year, like, are you just compromising? Like, is that your compromise? It's like, I guess we can do a year? Or is it you're willing, like you're actually willing to put in to do the year and build during the year? And have one yourself. Tabletop game. Oh, that's so cool. What's it? What game do you have your one from? Yep. Invest in a house, a car. Those are very fair things. Alright, Luna, in terms of your question of do you think you can communicate this, it's less of a can you, it's a you should. Like, this card loves to keep coming up. This is not usual, right? Sometimes cards just come up a lot in certain streams. Seven of Swords is definitely a you should. It would be to your benefit to communicate about this. Yeah. You will find, I think it will work out better than you think to communicate about it. It will strengthen the bond. And even if not strengthening the bond in the way that you imagine, it will strengthen your understanding of him and his understanding of you. And Six of Pentacles, the give and take is really important. Like, you need to give as much as you take, you need to take as much as you give. You need to tell him what you think in order for him to give you what you need. And he needs to talk to you more than just having hints, so then you can give what he needs. All very important things for before you get married. You're welcome. Look, turns out we did do the reading for your question. Guess it worked out in the end. And the gem Harrow deck. It's Pathfinder 2e setting version of tarot. Oh, that's cool. I was thinking, like, when you said that, I was like, the only other one I know about is the sort of tarot-y deck, or maybe it's like an oracle deck that's found in Dungeons and Dragons. There's a certain campaign, has the coffin box and has a deck in it. I have a few friends that play Pathfinder, though I haven't looked into it myself, but Harrow deck sounds really cool. And for now, my queue is closed for tarot readings because I have 5 other people at the moment, and I've just read for 4 others. So I've I'm going to be doing about 9 readings all up when I finish this stream. So unfortunately, my queue is closed at the moment, and the gym. Though, like, you know, they are like free readings and such. So if you like tune in another time, I'm going to be streaming again. I'm not sure of your time zone, but if you check my schedule tab on my channel, my usual scheduled stream, which is Thursday in my time, then you can join in and then join the queue then. Of course, the usual, if you drop a follow, you'll be able to be notified when I go live. And I appreciate your understanding. I wish I could get to everyone's, though readings take a bit of time. So I need to make sure I can get through everyone's, and I can't have the queue go infinitely. And yes, Luna, I will let you know. I see that you accepted my friend request, so I will let you know how I go with that. And I hope you have a great day too, and best of luck with your... with the situation. And let me know how it goes, because communication very important, as we know. Yeah, I'll ask my friends about that, because that's really cool. Harrow deck sounds really awesome. Morph, if you're here, please let me know what you would like a reading on. If you have a preference for a deck, if you don't know what decks I have, I can lay them out for you and you can choose. I hope you're here, so then I can do your reading, which I wasn't able to do last time, unfortunately. I'll just give Morph a moment to pop down their reading request. I'm hoping they're here because I'm not sure if they saw the messages from Dream It. Little oversized, beautiful gold backing. That sounds so cool. Attuned to an alignment in the game. Are they like physical cards that come with like... I'm not sure how it works in Pathfinder, like a campaign or something? Amethyst, when you say small question, is it a small question for... Oh, to dry young seedling roots to use in incense. Young seedling roots. Huh. I'm not familiar. I usually when I mean, I suppose that depends on the plant itself, like what the plant uses, because some plants you wouldn't use the roots or the seedlings. Cilantro. I'm not unfortunately, I'm not an expert on incense. I don't make my own incense. If I do burn incense with like herbs and stuff, it's just the herbs, like the leaves and the flowers. So unfortunately, I'm not sure about seedlings and roots. Yeah, I've had my fair share of plants that I haven't done very well at. Yeah, I would suggest doing a bit more research on that because I'm not sure if anyone in the chat is more familiar with like herbology and the idea of using cilantro roots and seeds for incense. If you do like spell work, you can use them as a spell component I'm not sure what their correspondences are, but you don't have to use them as incense to burn them. You could also just use them as a component for something if that's your jam. Morph, are you still here? I don't want to miss out on your reading again. That would be quite unfortunate. I'll give it another minute. If Morph isn't here, then we'll move on, and then if Morph comes back, we'll have Morph next. Because I'm not sure if they saw that they would be next before when Dream It's Possible switched it up. That's really cool that there's an adventure written for the Harrow deck. I want to look it up. Harrow deck. Pathfinder. Stolen Fate. That is awesome. Okay, looks like Morph isn't here for now unless they're taking some time to type out their request. Though we'll get back to it if they send it. So, Dream It Possible, if you are here, still here, then please let me know. A general reading. Yeah, do you have a particular deck you would like to get the reading from? I can put the decks here if you want to choose one like that, or you can just tell me if there's one that you've seen that you are interested in. I can choose. Oh, right. Let's see. We'll do Dungeons and Dragons Tarot. Have a drink of water if you haven't in the last 20 to 30 minutes, because I will take one. I'll take a sip of water now too. So this one's my Dungeons and Dragons Tarot, which isn't a built-in one. The one I'm thinking of that's built in has a campaign that I don't remember the name of. But this is a tarot deck that's inspired by Dungeons and Dragons, which is really cool. Alright. Let's have a general reading for... Oopsie. I've done that a few times today. General read for Dream It's Possible. Oh. Beautiful cards. We have the Page of Wisdom. And we have the Seven of Strength. and the Empress. Let me just have a closer look at these cards myself. So when I say the Page of Wisdom, there's definitely the sense of it's very similar to gives me definitely the vibes of like Two of Wands and Three of Wands. The sense of like having a plan of going out into the world, preparing for something, having ideas and considering where you might go with them. The Seven of Strength is a reminder that there are fights you have fought before and there are fights you have won before, and these are fights that you can continue to fight and win, and at the same time there are opportunities for you to go beyond that, in the sense of you have fought this enough. You don't necessarily need to stay here and continue doing the same thing over and over again. There are opportunities for you and people who will support you and potential within you to go beyond this monotonous sort of pattern of thoughts like thinking and even like fighting and survival. And oh, Vivi, you have to go. All right, I'll see you next time, Vivi, and I will do a reading for you another time instead then. You have a great day as well. Yeah, for you, Dream It Possible, whatever you have been considering, I'm even sensing this sense like travel. Something about seeing something new, some new location, some new place, some sort of landmark. The cards are calling for you to expand and to don't hyper focus on one thing. Just because you've done a lot of it and just because it's comfortable for you, there is like you can find comfort even in exploration, even in planning for something beyond what you're currently doing. Let's get another card for you. That's not one card, that's a lot of them. Let's get one card, additional card. There's one. The Four of Intelligence. That's really cool. New countries every year. Little group. Let's read from the guidebook. Wait, that's not where the guidebook is. It's on this side of the table. Page of Wisdom. The Page of Wisdom reads, embarking on a new path sparked by your curiosity and creativity. So yeah, definitely this sense of creativity and curiosity, maybe inspired by your travel as well. Not specifically about like one thing of travel, but something that maybe inspired by it. Perhaps there is a place that you need to channel some sort of creativity, curiosity, passion, thoughts, ideas. Something you need to channel towards that is based on the idea of travel and the world. Like when I see the Empress, her holding the orb like that, it does really make me think of the world. For the Seven of Strength, it says dealing with the overwhelming, letting go of what causes stress, perfectionism, desire, fear, future tripping. So perhaps some sort of creative outlet that allows you to let go of overwhelming feelings that isn't, and this method of letting go, or whatever this avenue may be for letting go, can be associated with travel. And if we look at the Empress, it says realizing your capacity to express beauty and to nurture others from a place of power. Which I think is very beautiful and full of intelligence. Taking time to meditate before moving forward while making sure you are not avoiding action. So you don't need to rush into anything at the moment. Contemplate, consider, reflect. Allow yourself to sit in what it is that you're experiencing, feeling, going through, and understand that you have the capacity to take your creativity, to take your experiences, to take your curiosity and make it into something that is really meaningful, that you can channel your feelings into and essentially transform those feelings into something greater that can really help you with letting go, moving forward, and managing any emotions of overwhelm. Let me know if that makes sense or resonates with you, if you have any questions or want me to elaborate on anything as well. Yeah, I thought it was a very positive reading. I didn't see anything that was quite like negative or really needed you to like be called out on. It's nice that you're working on crafts. Sounds like a good venture for you. Sounds like it'll be really good for you mentally and I suppose spiritually as well. What kind of crafts do you like to do? Morph, you're back. Oh my god. Dream It Possible very kindly said that you were like to take their place, so we put you first. But then you weren't here and I was like, where's Morph? But you're back now, so please let me know what I can do a reading on for you finally, so that we don't miss you again. Please remember that I don't do readings on things like legal, crisis, finance, medical. I try not to do love readings. I'm not too comfortable with them. Otherwise, you can give it a go and ask, and I can tell you if I can read that for you. And you were typing, so I will let you type. Dream it possible you like doing anything artsy. Crystal gem trees, quilling arts, pebble arts. Those are really cool. Very earth-based things. Crystal gem trees and pebble art. I prefer not to do love readings. I don't feel comfortable doing them because I'm not confident in making, basically reading or commenting on people's relationships and such. It's very rare that I do them. It's basically a boundary I'm trying to establish. Coming towards you in the sense of like on your path, like what is coming up for you in general? Or is there a specific area of life you're considering? Alright, a general what is coming towards you. I can do that for sure. Yes. Alright, so let's read for that. Do you have a preference for deck? So I have a few tarot decks. There's Rider Waite, there's Dungeons and Dragons, there's Angel Tarot. Or I can do an Oracle deck if you want to do an Oracle reading instead of a tarot reading. Oracle, okay. Let me show you my Oracle decks. Which one would you like? This one? Let's not spill the cards everywhere. Alright, this one is the Archangel Gabriel deck, which is by Doreen Virtue. She doesn't produce decks anymore, so I do wonder if this deck is worth like a lot. Maybe, who knows. These are very shiny ones too. Gold gilded edges. Alright, let's read for Morph. What is coming towards them? What is ahead of them on their path? I knew it. I was thinking to myself, this person is going to get media, and I don't know why. Just in my head, I was like, media is going to come up. I don't know if it means you have some sort of association with media in your study, in your work, in your interests, your passions, your hobbies. I am seeing some sort of opportunity coming up in regards to media, and it will be one where it's like you'll be asked, what do you want from this? What do you want out of this? And you're going to have to be really clear. The media says you can reach more people by working with video, audio, print, and online media. So if you have some sort of passion or career or some sort of pursuits involved with media, Instagram counts. If Instagram is what comes to you when you hear this and what comes to you intuitively, then you roll with it. This one says ask for what you want. Clear communication helps you avoid misunderstandings and speeds up the process of answered prayers. If there's something you want to do on Instagram, the thing with Instagram to remember is that you can't go too general and you can't really copy others. Yep. You have to, as it says, you have to ask for what you want. And asking what you want when it comes to doing media, whether that's Instagram, whether that's some other platform, some other style, it means being sure of yourself, sure of what you're doing, sure of your branding, sure of how you're presenting yourself, your focus. Don't try to do everything at once. Don't try to do everything at once, essentially, is what I'm hearing. Be really focused and exact with what you want out of what you're trying to do. You want to reach people. You want to do something. You want to influence. You want to create an account that provides value. You want to create media that provides value. Then you're going to have to know what value you want to bring forward. And essentially, knowing yourself and knowing what you want is very important. This one reads journaling. Consistently writing about your feelings and activities stirs creative ideas and builds your confidence as a writer. So when I see this card, it's telling me any ideas you're getting, even if they seem underdeveloped, even if they seem silly, even if they seem like, what is this even going to mean? What does this even lead to? Write it down. Whether that is a scrap piece of paper that you keep, whether that is a notebook you have on your bedside table, a desk in your bag that you're carrying around, whether that is the notes app on your phone. The ideas that come to you, the inspirations you receive, make sure you write them down or sketch them out or do something. Don't just let them fly away, because they're going to be important for you to understand yourself and to see the patterns in your thinking, in your ideas, in your inspirations, in what you desire, to be able to express through this media and in order to ask for what you want. And our last card here is creative expression. Divine creativity is expressed through your actions. Pick the platform, know what you want, write it down, put action behind it. That is the sequence. That is what the cards are saying. Put action and plan behind what it is you want to do to reach people with media, to do what you want, to make your ideas come true, to make them happen. Does that make sense? I'm hoping that makes sense. Are you still there, Morph? I'm not sure if you're just typing. Ah, yes. You're still here. That is good. I wasn't sure because I was asking like if that made sense, if that resonated, if you have like, yeah, do you have any questions about your reading? Anything that you would like clarity on? If that makes sense to you as well, because yeah, I'm hoping it does. I'm hoping it applies to what you, something you're wanting to do. I do wish you the best of luck, Morph, on whatever it is that you will pursue or would like to try out. You can still let me know if there's any thoughts you have or any questions you have based on that. So I will move forward with the queue. And Light Seeker, feel free to let me know about your question. If you have a specific deck you would like me to use, sorry. Oh, thank you for the follow as well, Morph. I'm glad you came back, and I'm glad I was able to do the reading for you because I felt really bad. Last time I was like, oh no, Morph isn't here, but you're here now, and you got your reading, and you can join future streams as well to get more readings as well. That is what I am here for. Hello, Light. Let me know what you would like a reading on, what deck you would like me to use. The request for love readings has been high. Unfortunately, I am trying to draw a boundary that I'm not comfortable doing love readings, and I do try to avoid doing them because I'm not confident with them. Not confident like reading on people's relationships and love, unfortunately. So if you have a different area that I can read on for you, a different question or message you would like, then I'd be happy to take that. Though love is something I'd prefer not to read on. Alright, I can read on that. That is something I can do. Would you like to pick the deck, or would you like me to pick the deck for you? All right. I'm going to pull from both of these. So we'll do a couple cards from this one and then a couple cards from this one. In regards to finding that connection again, that magic or that spark. So the spark isn't gone, the magic isn't gone, the blessings aren't gone, though I do sense that perhaps some sort of change or shift, transition has meant that you've felt quite blocked and quite unable to see what is still there. Because the Five of Cups is certainly that card of, well, yes, some of the cups are tipped over, but there are these other cups as well there for you, and a bridge you can cross to get to the other side. So this is a good reminder. I know that it's easy to say, well, it's always there, you're just not seeing it, though. Like, it's one of the number one cards to say, like, it's there. And you just need to turn around and see it. Ace of Wands does tell me that yes, you will see things soon. Like, or right now. Like, there are opportunities, thoughts, downloads, even if that might be familiar with you, connections that are reaching out to you. And they're ready to like grow, to bloom, to be planted, to become something more. With the Ace of Wands, to bring that fire back. So it's not just the magic, it's not just the spark. You're going to experience the fire, the flame, the heat. The cards acknowledge that yes, you do feel like you're in purgatory. That's what the card literally says, purgatory. It feels like you're in this state of in-between, the state of, am I going to get out? Is something going to change? At the same time, we can remember that purgatory doesn't exist on its lonesome. Purgatory isn't isolated. It can only exist if it is surrounded by something else. Such as, like, if you imagine like heaven and hell and the purgatory, that if that just for a metaphor, then it's purgatory is the in-between. And the in-between doesn't necessarily mean lost. Doesn't mean everything else is gone. Illumination. I believe when it comes to your intuition, it's like a muscle that you need to practice more And some days it's like when you go to the gym. Sometimes when you go to the gym or if you go for exercise, you're not going to be 100%. Sometimes you're going to try and do something and it doesn't work out. Doesn't mean that it's like, it doesn't mean it's not there. Again, it's like, I think some persistence and some resilience is in order. This card, Saint Sinner. Both of these cards are quite similar in the sense of like this woman with this bright orb between her eyebrows, which is often associated with ideas of like psychic and intuition and the third eye, or like the mind's eye. Perhaps if there's certain ways that you're used to tuning into your intuition, it may be time to explore different ways too. I'm not sure if you already have been, and if you are, then continue doing that. I am feeling it's this idea of you haven't, like, there's this sense of intuition or idea of using intuition that you haven't explored enough or before, and it would be useful and constructive to continue trying these things and to lessen that wavering. It's like building. I'm using a lot of metaphors for this. A lot of metaphors are coming through for your one. Or maybe I always use metaphors, but I'm noticing a lot of metaphors for this one. It's like building new neural pathways for your intuition. Building new connections that will strengthen old ones. That will teach your old connections and muscles in intuition to be better. Let's read from this guidebook as well, as sometimes the guidebook has some wisdom. Purgatory. The emotional ups and downs you are experiencing are part of a healing process through which all that no longer serves you is being transformed and released. Though it may not seem like it, this is a positive time for you. To help facilitate the healing process, make a list of anything you feel no longer serves a useful purpose in your life. Include in this list all negative thoughts and fears. Once you have made your list, practice the following meditation. And then there's a short meditation as well. Imagine yourself and everything on your list being showered by golden light. Now imagine a beautiful violet flame emerging from within the golden light. Imagine the violet flame transforming all negativity into golden light. Continue to focus on the healing power of the violet flame. Feel it transform you, clear and heal you. Transformation sometimes means that we need to let something go. Trust in this process. All you surrender will automatically be healed or replaced with something more suitable. Illumination. Your creativity is blocked at present because you are not expressing how you truly feel. To unblock your creativity, you need to express your feelings. Creativity is first and foremost about self-expression. Every piece of art, no matter what the subject or style, is a self-portrait. Express everything you feel inside you, good, bad, beautiful, or ugly. Everything is valid, so don't place judgments or restrictions on yourself. Your creativity has no bounds apart from the boundaries you place on yourself. Creativity is the essence of your life, and self-expression is creativity's voice. Self-expression heals and liberates you. It illuminates your mind and heart. All you need to do is let your feelings come through. A lot of anger at the moment. And for this last card, Saint or Sinner, or Saint/Sinner, the assumptions you are making about another person or event could turn out to be completely wrong. Realize that for every theory there is a contradicting and opposing one. There may be more to this situation than first meets the eye. You are being advised to keep an open mind and heart. All is not necessarily the way it seems. Remember also that often the judgments we make about others are also judgments we make about ourselves. You will not find peace and fulfillment while holding an I'm right and they're wrong attitude. Accept that there is no single truth that applies universally, and things will become clearer. Seems a lot to sit with here. Though I do feel like it's this idea of like the universe is handing you an olive branch, it's extending this branch to you. And I think you're not stuck, you're not alone, or you're not stuck forever, you're not alone, and you don't have to be lost, and you haven't been like, it's this idea of like you haven't been cut off from all of this. It's merely something that you may need to turn around and change something for in order to see what is still there and what is available to you. Yeah, it is hopeful. I do feel the sense of hope in regards to it. And I feel like you're more than capable of being able to work through this. Though it's hard, especially if it's been a long time frame and you have a lot of emotions about it. So I do hope that this has helped for you and that it might inspire some sort of thought or action or revelation for you as well. You are very welcome, and thank you for joining the stream again. I appreciate it. And keep me updated as well with your progress in terms of reconnecting with your intuition and feeling connected with the universe again, with blessings and magic and anything good that could be coming your way. Alright, and we have the lucky last for our cue for today, Amethyst. Please let me know what you would like a reading on, if you would like a specific deck, or if you want me to choose a deck for you. Hello. It'd be good if you did attract love if that's what you're looking for. Alright, for decks I have. So these are my tarot decks. I have the Rider-Waite, Dungeons and Dragons, Angel Tarot. I do have this deck as well for tarot, but I reserve it for readings with Hecate. So if you are like a worshipper of Hecate, I can do a reading with her. That's for this deck. For Oracle decks, we have the one I just used, so the Magdalene deck, Archangel Gabriel. This one's another Hecate based deck as well. So let me know if any of these are of interest to you. Oh yeah? Yeah, I felt the same way before I started worshipping Hecate. Very much didn't feel ready yet. And then she came back afterwards, and then I was ready. And now she is my main deity. So if you do ever get into worshipping Hecate further into your practice, it is definitely, I mean, in my opinion, it is worth it. And I love it. Alright. Let's see, thought for Amethyst. Do your guides have any messages for you? Oh. Alright, that time I just dropped the card, so that doesn't count. Oopsie. This is like a placemat. It's like a plasticky material, but I didn't get it from a specific place. You know, like how sometimes these shopping centers, they have like those pop-up stores in the middle of the shops, and they sell like random stuff like toys and mattress, like blankets and doonas and different like decorations. It was one of those, like a pop-up shop. So unfortunately, there's like no specific name for the actual shop I got it from. Do you often get I don't know if you're like really connected to your guides, or like you might get readings from others, but usually when I see this Temperance card, it always tells me they're trying to talk to you, and then you need to listen. This sense of like needing to meditate more. But we all hear that, don't we, all the time? We always get told you need to meditate more. Alright, we have the 10 of Strength. We have Temperance. And we also have the Hanged Man. Yeah, the number one thing I always see when I see the Temperance card is needing to meditate, because it's this idea of like there are voices that are trying to speak to you, trying to come through, and you're needing to have this sort of like balance within yourself. The sense of for one, not doubting what you experience. Also to balance, like it's not, I guess sometimes having to meditate can feel like an obligation. Though it's remembering also that like once you get into it, it actually like feels good. Can feel good to meditate, and it can be quite productive in a sense, even if you're not like actually like productively doing a practical action. Haven't had much time since, yeah, I'm getting the sense like there's definitely the sense of a lot's going on, especially with the 10 of strength. It's like these little like creatures that are like attached to you, and you're having to carry them all around while you're trying to get your stuff done. Kind of reminds me of the 10 of wands. The idea that you have to like carry around all of this weight, and it's hard to get them off. Especially with the hanged man, in the sense of like you're holding yourself there in place. This martyrdom, this like, you can see it's of two worlds, feeling like you're split between, feeling like you can't have one without the other, or like if you have one thing, it's preventing you from the other. And there's this lack of integration. I think your guides, they're saying what guides like to say, which is to try and work on, like, how is it that you connect with yourself in these times? In these times where it does feel like it's impossible to do anything with your practice. What is stopping you from the 5-minute sit down meditation? Is it, well, if I'm sitting down for 5 minutes and meditating, is it really worth it? Is that the thought that's running through your mind? Is it, I don't have 5 minutes? Is it, I feel like I can't do it? What is it that you're holding yourself to that is essentially acting as a blockage for you? I keep forgetting I didn't put the card book back in there. If we read the 10 of strength, it says making sure to speak up. Don't try to do it all. Delegate responsibility where you can. Express yourself. Yeah, I get that. It can be difficult in that case as well, yeah. Temperance reads, our capacity to deal with something in a measured and patient way. And then if we look at the hanged man, the necessity to look at something from a different perspective. Well, I think as well, like when it comes to things like meditation, or even just taking time for yourself, a few moments to sit and breathe and be present, those aren't necessarily like outwardly witchy things. They are like on another perspective. They can just be mindfulness. And mindfulness is not necessarily, like it's not only witchcraft. It's not only spirituality. It's not only religion. It's also good practice, like for yourself. Mindfulness psychologically is very useful. And I think there are, school and work is difficult. Like you can't just get rid of them. But I think what it's trying to say here, it's not that you have to get rid of these things in order to do what you want, but also like it's about seeing the perspectives that allow these small things that are really like hanging on to you and attached to you, like these things. Like how can you make them more tolerable? How can you ease them a bit more? Because I think it is possible. Like if you want to sit down for like even just 5 minutes Doesn't even have to be every day. It could be like once a week or whenever you feel like it. But really intentionally sitting there for 5 minutes and just like focusing on your breath. And you don't have to be intentionally like, I want to connect to this guide, or I want to connect to the guides. I want to connect to this deity. I want to connect to this spirit. It's even this idea of do it for you. You don't have to do it in an effort to expand or develop something, like intentionally, because sometimes just sitting there and being with yourself and being present, that is development. That is being there for you. And that is good stuff. And it doesn't have to be like that stuff. You don't have to be out of the broom closet for. That can be things you just do for 5 minutes in your own space. Like it can be before bed, 5 minutes before bed. It can be, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, there's definitely the sense of like there are different ways you can work around this, different perspectives, and it can make it easier and it can help you connect. If you know what I mean. I hope you get what I mean. Awesome. Well, yeah. It's hopeful for you, I feel like. Your spirit guides are very encouraging of you. And they see you and what you're doing and what you obviously have an obligation to. But also the fact that they're here for you and they want to connect, and there are ways. And you're very welcome. Thank you for your patience as well. And thank you for tuning in to the stream. And you can always pop in another time as well to join the queue again for another reading. And while not required, I do appreciate any donations to my Ko-fi. There's no like set demand. I don't like, that's not how it works, but if you feel called towards pitching anything in, I really appreciate it for my readings. And yeah, it helps a lot. So that brings us to the end of the queue, and I do need to sleep as it is late for me now. So thank you so much to everyone who joined me today in our readings. Thank you again to Vanjie and Neppy for their donations as well, for helping out and supporting the stream. I love doing these readings, and I love being here and practicing my styles and using different decks and meeting new people. I'll be streaming again in a couple days, so feel free to tune in then. We are also on the road to affiliate, so we'll see how we go there as well in trying to get affiliate with Twitch. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night, afternoon, etc. Have a happy time zone. And I will see you again next time. Oh yes, and the video will be up on YouTube tomorrow, maybe. I will make time. Yes. Bye Amethyst, bye Lay, and bye anyone else who is in the stream.